European tour, man. Sparring, you know. Just staying sharp, you know. I knew I wasn't going to fight possibly till November, so it was an opportunity for me to spar with Tyson, which was great, you know. Got to make good relationships with him, his dad, his uncle, Peter, Hughie. Good sparring with those guys. And now, you know, I got the same lawyer as Vlad, so he just called us like, hey, Vlad would like to have you in camp. I'm like, man, I'm literally in the next country over, so I'm like, hey, let's go. One thing is you better stay alert, you know, because he's powerful and quick, so he'll crack you, you know. But I mean, it's good for me, and he's telling me he's learning from me, I'm learning from him. It's a good experience, you know.
Because you walk in and like the first time you spar, you're like, holy cow, I'm standing in front of the champ, you know, not only the champ, but the champ. And then he hits you and you're like, oh, I better get my head in the game, you know. So it works out really well. He tells you when he comes in, they want people to challenge him. You know, they're not one of the camps that don't want their sparring partners to try to get the advantage. So he feels it makes him the sharpest that he can be to have other people trying to take him and get inside and land the good shots. And he doesn't want us to be afraid to do that. So we've all have tried, and many of us has failed, but we do our best. It's harder than it looks, though. Well, and I guess I made it look pretty hard too. So, but yeah, he's got a great punch, very, very fast, great reflexes. So, you know, he really makes you work to try to get inside.
He's very conscious about who he is and where he is and what he's doing. And he realized there's a big bullseye on his back. So he keeps the rest of the camp, he keeps us in tune. Because sometimes we take for granted that he's the champion and nobody can beat him. But he reminds us. That's the good thing about it. Here's a fighter that reminds his camp, as opposed to the camp reminding the fighter. Here's the fighter that reminds the camp. Don't sleep nobody. We got to prepare for everybody. Don't get too lax. The thing that made us successful is consistency. We're consistent about what we're doing. Every camp, everything, and we got one big, I mean, we got a camp here. It's like a family, you know? So we're like a family. We have our little scrapes and stuff, but at the end of the day, we get the job done.
It was always my dream to go in the footsteps of Muhammad Ali, for example, because he was going to different countries to fight there and defend his titles, and to fight in Moscow. It's a new country for me. I've been fighting in Europe, in a couple of countries in Europe, and then in the States, but I never fought in Eastern Europe, like that East. I mean, Moscow is the first time in Russia. But the amateurs, I was fighting in Russia, but never in professional ring. So I'm excited about it. I think I'm familiar enough for my opponents, and everybody knows exactly what to do, and they've been studying me for years, and some of them are sitting right here at the ringside and they watch my sparring sessions, and I have nothing against that. They can come and watch me, and no problem. If you take a look, he's European champion, he's world champion, he's Olympic champion by amateurs, he's world champion in professionals, by the professionals. He hasn't lost a single fight. He never been knocked down. And he's a champion. So, and he's 34. He's in juice. He's like at his best times. So, however, he deserves respect. Because I've been fighting a lot of different guys. And they've been good. But with such incredible, without any marks, record list, I haven't had in years. I mean, since I started to fight professionally when I was 20, 1996. So this fight is going to be really incredible in the way of action in the ring, and I think that Povetkin is going to do better than he ever did at any fights. He's been training for the past 2 months, I think, and he's going to fight at home. The wall's going to help him. So he's confident. He wants to make it. He knows that he's going to face the best man in the division, so he will make sure that he's ready for that fight.
You know, don't get me wrong, I think Povetkin's a great fighter. I think he's got a lot of heart, but Klitschko's one of my all-time favorites. I think he's cemented his legacy as one of the best ever in the heavyweight division, so Povetkin's going to have a very hard time. He's going to have to come up with a lot of stuff to get inside that hand alone, and then he's still got to deal with the right cross and the uppercut and the hooks and everything. So he's got a tough road ahead of him.
Well, everybody's got a chance, you know. But I'm going 100% Klitschko. You know, Wladimir. He's proven, and he's stable. He's elite. He's letting guys know he's the king.
I think Wladimir Klitschko knocks out Povetkin, but again, we don't want to take him lightly. But I think Wladimir knocks him out. In my wildest imagination, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. You know.
Just gonna do my job as always.